Hey there, I'm David Schloss, editor of Imaging Resource. For the last few weeks, we've been testing out the OWC Express4M2, a USB 4 drive, and uses blazingly fast NVMe SSDs. I've been a professional photographer, videographer, and video editor for decades, and I rely on fast drives in order to get my jobs done. I also rely a lot on portable drives, as I do a lot of my work in the field or really in coffee shops or hotels. And this is what I usually use when I'm on the road. It's a LeCie 2TB Rugged SSD Pro. I have never had a problem with this drive, even though I've dropped it many times. But it does get really hot, and I'm worried that at some point the heat is just going to make this enclosure fail. Heat is the enemy of SSDs, and portable drives with plastic enclosures are very hot. It's not a matter of if those drives will fail, but when. Meanwhile, the OWC drive is also portable, and it's built like a tank. The all-aluminum enclosure will stand up to abuse, but primarily it's designed to radiate heat. The OWC drive is compatible with USB 4 and Thunderbolt 3 and higher. Both USB 4 and those two Thunderbolt standards operate at up to 40 gigabits per second. That means that this drive will work at top speed with any Mac that's got Apple Silicon in it. It will also work in any Windows machine with USB 4, Thunderbolt 3, or Thunderbolt 4. On the iPad, it can also work at up to 10 gigabits per second. Now that's not as fast as the full speeds, but it's fast enough so that you can work on an iPad with footage in Resolve or Final Cut Pro and be able to work with that. When it comes to drive speed, this thing is a monster. In testing, we regularly saw speeds just about 3,000 megabytes per second. OWC has a claimed top speed of 3151 megabytes per second, a non-round number that drives me insane. The fastest that we've seen on this drive was 3,070 megabytes per second, which is really close to their claimed speed. It is very rare when a drive performs as fast as a manufacturer says it will. Now, this speed isn't as fast as the internal drives in Apple Silicon Macs like the Mac Studio, the Mac Mini, the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro. I clocked my Mac Mini and Mac Studio internal drives at about 5,000 megabytes per second, with many write tests closer to 6,000. But you're never going to get an external portable drive to operate as fast as an internal high-performance drive, and the Mac Studio isn't designed to carry around in your backpack. But if you compare this to my trusted LeCie drive, the OWC drive just laps it. The fastest that we've ever seen with the LeCie drive is just over 1,600 megabytes per second. That's not slow by any definition, but this is twice the speed. The 1TB is $250, the 2TB is $400, 4TB is $600, and the 8TB is $1,200. OWC also sells a DIY setup that comes with just the case and the cable. This allows you to put in any NVMe M2 drive, whether it's a 2230, 2242, or 2280. And with the DIY setup, you can simply swap out drives as larger storage options become available. I highly recommend OWC drives in general. They have amazing performance, and they have a surprisingly reasonable price for that performance. I specifically recommend this drive to anyone who needs a fast, reliable, portable setup. The OWC drive is available on the OWC website and Amazon. Links will be in the description below. Let us know in the comments if you're using any OWC drives. I'd like to know what you might be using, and also let me know what other drives you're using as well. I'm always looking for good gear. For Imaging Resource, I'm David, and I'll see you soon.